Welcome to New Mexico, the land of enchantment. The moment you arrive, you feel the palpable energy in the crisp, dry air. The sunlight casts a golden glow, making everything feel magical in this land of vast horizons. Our journey will explore its soul, a rich tapestry of history, culture, and breathtaking nature. The spirit of New Mexico is vibrant and complex. It's a spirit of resilience, creativity, and deep connection to the earth. This land has been a crossroads of cultures for over 1,000 years. New Mexico is often misunderstood, but the reality is far more diverse and surprising. It is a state of soaring mountains, deep river gorges, and lush green valleys. The colors here are intense and unforgettable. This is a landscape that commands respect and inspires awe. Our journey is about understanding the story. Join us as we experience the enduring magic of the land of enchantment. New Mexico's geography is incredibly diverse. While many picture vast deserts, that's only part of the story. In the north, the Rocky Mountains rise. The Rio Grande cuts through the state, nurturing civilizations for millennia. To the east, mountains give way to the Great Plains. The northwest features the high desert Colorado Plateau. Finally, the southern deserts define New Mexico for many. Near Alamogordo is White Sands National Park, a place of surreal beauty. This diverse geography has shaped the lives of all who call New Mexico home. To understand New Mexico, we must listen to its past. This land has a human history stretching back thousands of years. Long before Europeans, this region was home to thriving cultures like the ancestral Puebloans. They were master builders, constructing cities of stone into cliff faces. Their legacy is at Chaco Canyon and Bandelier National Monument. They are the ancestors of the modern Pueblo nations that thrive in New Mexico today. In the 16th century, the Spanish arrived seeking gold. They claimed the land, beginning a complex interaction between European and indigenous worlds. They established settlements and introduced new technologies. Spanish and Pueblo traditions blended, creating the unique Hispano culture. The Pueblo Revolt drove the Spanish out for over a decade. With this rich historical backdrop, our adventure is ready to begin. In this series, we will journey through pivotal eras, exploring ancient ruins and learning about incredible achievements. We will visit living Pueblo communities, gaining insight into enduring traditions. Our goal is to connect with the deep stories that make New Mexico special, seeing how the past shapes the present. We'll explore the Spanish arrival, walking Santa Fe's historic plaza, and delving into the Pueblo Revolt. Then we fast forward to the 19th century, tracing the Santa Fe Trail and the era of the American West. Finally, we explore New Mexico's modern era, from statehood to its role in science, art, and tourism. Our journey into the heart of New Mexico starts now. Our journey into New Mexico's deep past begins long ago, more than 12,000 years at the end of the last ice age. Giant mammals roamed a cooler, wetter landscape. The first people, Paleo-Indians, were skilled nomadic hunters. Discoveries of Clovis Point's masterfully crafted spear points revealed human presence far earlier than thought. As the climate changed, people adapted, leading to the Archaic period. Life shifted to foraging and hunting smaller game. Early agriculture emerged, with maize cultivation gradually spreading, setting the stage for settled villages. From archaic roots, the ancestral Puebloans blossomed. Their story is compelling. Once known as Anasazi, today we call them ancestral Puebloans, ancestors of modern Pueblo people. They were farmers, artists, and brilliant architects. They built thriving communities in the high desert. Starting with peat houses, they evolved to above-ground pueblos. They perfected dryland farming, planting corn, beans, and squash. Pottery was defining, evolving from simple gray to stunning black and white designs. Pottery shard helped trace trade routes and date sites. They carved petroglyphs and pictographs. Kiva were the center of community and religious life. Their civilization was built on community and reverence for the land. In the arid landscape of northwestern New Mexico lies Chaco Canyon. From 850 to 1150 AD, Chaco became the center of the ancestral Puebloan world. The people built massive multi-story buildings with hundreds of rooms, planned with precision and aligned with solar cycles. The largest, Pueblo Bonito, contained over 600 rooms. Thousands of wooden beams were transported from forests 50 miles away. Chaco was connected by roads to over 150 outlying communities, facilitating trade. By 1300, the canyon was abandoned, likely due to drought. Though silent, Chaco Canyon remains a testament to the ancestral Puebloan people. While the ancestral Puebloans are probably the most famous of New Mexico's ancient cultures, they were not the only ones to call this land home. To the south, in the mountainous regions of southwestern New Mexico, lived another distinct group known as the Mogollon people. Their culture developed around the same time as the ancestral Puebloans, but they had their own unique traditions. Early on, they were known for their skill in creating beautiful brown and red pottery. They also lived in pit houses for a longer period before eventually adopting above-ground Pueblo-style architecture. Their story is a vital piece of the state's complex prehistoric puzzle. The most famous legacy of the Mogollon culture can be found at the Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument. Here, nestled within natural caves high on a canyon wall, small groups built interconnected rooms of stone and mud. These dwellings offer excellent protection from the elements and from potential enemies. The Mogollon people were expert farmers who cultivated the narrow fertile valleys along the Gila River. They are also credited with developing a specific style of pottery called mimbres, renowned for its striking black and white bowls decorated with stylized images of animals, people, and geometric shapes, offering a fascinating window into their worldview. Later, new peoples arrived in the region, bringing different languages and ways of life. Sometime after the year 1200, Athabascan-speaking groups migrated from the far north, from what is now Canada and Alaska. This long migration eventually brought the ancestors of the Navajo and Apache peoples into the Southwest. Initially, they were mobile hunters and gatherers with a culture well suited to the rugged plateaus and mountains. Their arrival would add another dynamic layer to the human landscape of New Mexico. They interacted with the established Pueblo communities, sometimes trading peacefully, other times engaging in raids and conflict. These newcomers gradually adapted to their new environment. The Navajo, or Dine as they called themselves, were particularly influenced by their Pueblo neighbors. They learned farming techniques and weaving, and incorporated certain elements of Pueblo cosmology into their own complex belief system. Over centuries, they developed a rich and unique culture centered around sheep herding and a semi-nomadic life, living in traditional homes called hogons. The various Apache bands remain more mobile, becoming expert hunters and resilient warriors who control vast territories across eastern and southern New Mexico. The arrival of these Athabascan peoples set the stage for the next great era of change just before the arrival of the Spanish. The year is 1540. The world of the Pueblo people is about to be shattered. A new presence arrives from the south, Spanish conquistadors, led by Francisco Vázquez de Coronado. He was searching for the 7 cities of Cibola, rumored to be paved with gold. When they reached the Zuni Pueblo of Hawiku, their hopes were crushed. They found a modest village of stone and adobe. For 2 years, they explored New Mexico, Arizona, and Kansas. They were the first Europeans to see the Grand Canyon and witness the buffalo. Coronado returned to Mexico empty-handed. However, his journey had profound consequences. The horses left behind would transform the cultures of the Plains tribes. The seeds of colonization had been planted. Nearly 60 years after Coronado's quest, the Spanish tried again, this time for permanent settlement and religious conversion. In 1598, Don Juan de Oñate led a massive colonizing expedition north from Mexico to establish the Kingdom of New Mexico. He brought soldiers, colonists, families, and friars to build a new life. Oñate established the first capital at Antigua Pueblo. The relationship with the Pueblo people was tense. Tensions boiled over at Acoma Pueblo, and Oñate responded with brutal force. In 1609, Pedro de Peralta was appointed governor with instructions to find a better capital location. In 1610, he founded La Villa Real de la Santa Fe de San Francisco de Asís, now Santa Fe. It became the oldest capital city in the United States. Santa Fe was built around a central plaza. Peralta ordered the construction of the Palacio de los Gobernadores, the Palace of the Governors. The founding of Santa Fe marked a pivotal moment, a declaration that the Spanish were here to stay. The Spanish colonization of New Mexico was driven by two inseparable forces, the crown and the cross. While soldiers and settlers sought to claim the land for Spain, Franciscan friars were determined to claim the souls of the Native American people for the Catholic Church. The mission system was the primary tool for this spiritual conquest. All across New Mexico, but especially along the Rio Grande Valley, friars established missions in or near existing pueblo villages. These missions were more than just churches. They were sprawling complexes that often included living quarters, workshops, and storerooms, becoming the centers of colonial life in the remote countryside. The friars worked diligently to convert the pueblo people to Christianity. They learned native languages, preached the gospel, and introduced European religious rituals and holidays. Many pueblo people outwardly accepted baptism and attended Mass, but this acceptance was often complex. For many, the new religion was simply added alongside their ancient, deeply held beliefs rather than replacing them. They continued to practice their traditional ceremonies, often in secret, in their sacred kivas. This created a unique blend of religious syncretism, a fusion of Catholic and Pueblo spirituality that can still be seen in the cultural practices of New Mexico today, where Christian saints are sometimes associated with traditional spirits. Life under the mission system was difficult and often oppressive for the Pueblo people. The friars, believing they were saving souls, demanded strict adherence to Catholic doctrine and punished those who continued to practice their traditional religions. They outlawed the Cachina dances and other ceremonies that were the very foundation of Pueblo's social and spiritual life. At the same time, the Spanish colonial government imposed a system of forced labor known as encomienda. Under this system, Pueblo men were forced to work in Spanish fields or workshops and pay heavy taxes or tribute in the form of corn and textiles, leaving their own communities impoverished. This combination of religious persecution and economic exploitation created a powder keg of resentment. The Pueblo people saw their way of life being systematically dismantled. Their sacred traditions were being suppressed, their people were being exploited, and their resources were being drained to support the Spanish colony. Furthermore, the arrival of the Europeans brought devastating new diseases like smallpox and measles, to which the native people had no immunity. These epidemics swept through the pueblos, causing a catastrophic decline in the population. The world of the Pueblo people was in crisis, and the pressure was building toward a breaking point. By the late 1670s, drought, famine, and Spanish oppression pushed the Pueblo people to the brink. Pope, a Tiwa religious leader, emerged after surviving Spanish brutality, secretly uniting Pueblo villages for a coordinated revolt. Using runners and knotted cords to synchronize the uprising, the Pueblo struck early on August 10, 1680, killing hundreds of colonists and destroying mission churches. The Spanish, besieged in Santa Fe, were forced to flee south after 9 days, marking the first successful expulsion of a European power by indigenous people in North America. The Pueblo Revolt changed the course of New Mexico history. For 12 years, the Pueblos reclaimed their land, but unity faded and hardship persisted. In 1692, Don Diego de Vargas returned, negotiating a mostly peaceful Spanish re-entry, though resistance flared again before Spanish control was restored. Learning from the revolt, the Spanish ended forced labor and allowed more religious freedom, leading to a new era of coexistence. Spanish and Pueblo cultures blended, shaping New Mexico's unique identity. The legacy of revolt was a more tolerant hybrid society. Isolated for centuries, New Mexico's world changed in 1821 when Mexico gained independence and open trade. American trader William Becknell blazed the Santa Fe Trail, turning it into a bustling commercial highway linking Missouri and Santa Fe. The trail brought manufactured goods west and silver, wool, and mules east, transforming New Mexico's economy and society. Despite dangers from weather and raids, the Santa Fe Trail became a vital artery of exchange. Its legacy endures in the deep wagon roads still visible today. The Santa Fe Trail brought not just goods, but waves of American traders, mountain men, and new ideas. Life on the trail was grueling, long days, harsh conditions, and constant vigilance. Santa Fe's plaza became a vibrant marketplace where cultures mixed and alliances formed. American and New Mexican traders intermarried and exchanged customs, creating a unique frontier culture. Santa Fe transformed into a lively crossroads of nations. Mexican rule from 1821 to 1846 brought liberal reforms and new freedoms, but also instability and loss of pueblo communal lands. Missions were secularized and land grants created a new elite, while New Mexico was left largely to govern itself. This era fostered a strong regional identity and autonomy among Nuevo Mexicanos. The stage was set for the next wave of change as American influence grew. Mexican rule was a short bridge between empires. In 1846, the U.S. Army marched into New Mexico, claiming it for the United States without a fight. General Kearny raised the American flag in Santa Fe, promising protection and rights, but resentment simmered. The Taos Revolt in 1847 was crushed, ending major resistance to American rule. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848 made New Mexico a U.S. territory, closing the chapter on centuries of Spanish and Mexican control. A new era had begun in the Southwest. New Mexico entered the era of the Wild West. The territory was a rough place, a magnet for ranchers, miners, outlaws, and gunslingers. The small town of Lincoln became the epicenter of the Lincoln County War. The war was a feud between two rival factions, the House, run by Murphy and Dolan, and newcomer John Tunstall and his partner Alexander McSween. The conflict ignited when Tunstall was murdered. Billy the Kid, swearing revenge, became a key figure in the regulators. The violence escalated, culminating in the Battle of Lincoln. Billy the Kid became a wanted fugitive, eventually killing Fort Sumner, cementing his place as a Wild West legend. After becoming a U.S. territory in 1848, New Mexico began a long, frustrating journey towards statehood. Washington politicians hesitated, viewing the territory as too foreign, with its largely Hispanic and Native American population. Its reputation for lawlessness and political corruption didn't help. Complex political battles in Washington, D.C. also played a role. Despite setbacks, New Mexicans persisted, sending delegations to Washington to plead their case. They emphasized the territory's economic potential and slowly changed perceptions. By the early 20th century, the population grew and the economy matured. President Taft showed his support. On January 6, 1912, New Mexico was admitted to the Union as the 47th state. The long wait was over. As New Mexico was making its final push for statehood, a different kind of newcomer began to arrive. Artists, writers, and intellectuals from the East Coast and Europe. Drawn to the incredible light, stunning landscapes, and rich cultures, they escaped industrialization, finding refuge in New Mexico's beauty. This transformed the state into a world-renowned art center. Taos and Santa Fe became epicenters. In 1898, artists Blumenshine and Phillips, captivated by Taos Pueblo, stayed and painted, inspiring others to follow and form the Taos Society of Artists. Santa Fe had a similar awakening. Georgia O'Keeffe, famously associated with New Mexico, captured the stark beauty of its landscape, bringing it to a global audience. Through artists' eyes, New Mexico was revealed as a place of profound spiritual and aesthetic power. While artists discovered New Mexico's beauty, brilliant minds arrived to shape its future. During World War II, the government sought a remote location for a top-secret project. They chose Los Alamos, where scientists worked to develop a weapon that could end the war. Under Oppenheimer, Project Y began in 1943. On July 16, 1945, at the Trinity site, the first atomic bomb was detonated. The atomic age had begun. The Manhattan Project transformed New Mexico into a major science and technology center, a role it maintains today. New Mexico's identity is defined by its diversity. It is like a beautiful tapestry where Native American, Hispanic, and Anglo cultures are woven together. Each has maintained its traditions, languages, and perspectives while influencing the others. This tricultural heritage is the foundation of modern New Mexico. Their deep connection to the land are essential components of what makes New Mexico so unique. This gives New Mexico a cultural flavor distinct from any other state, a blend of Old World Spain and the New World. This dynamic interplay creates a rich and rewarding society, truly earning New Mexico its nickname, the Land of Enchantment. Our exploration begins in Santa Fe and Albuquerque. the cultural and economic heart of New Mexico. Santa Fe, the nation's oldest capital, feels like stepping back in time with its unique Pueblo Spanish style. The historic plaza has been the city's hub for over 400 years. Santa Fe is a world-class destination for art lovers with hundreds of galleries. An hour south lies Albuquerque, New Mexico's largest city. While Santa Fe is historic, Albuquerque is the state's modern engine. Explore its historic old town, the original Spanish settlement. The Sandia Peak Tramway offers breathtaking views from over 10,000 feet. To truly understand New Mexico, you must visit the places where its most ancient cultures continue to thrive. The state is home to 19 distinct Pueblo communities, each a sovereign nation with its own government, traditions, and cultural identity. Many of these pueblos welcome respectful visitors, offering a rare and precious opportunity to connect with a living history. When you visit a pueblo, you are not entering a museum or a historical reenactment. You are entering someone's home and community, a place where life has continued uninterrupted for centuries. It's a profound experience that requires reverence and an open heart. Two of the most famous and accessible pueblos are Taos Pueblo and Acoma Pueblo. Taos Pueblo, located just north of the town of Taos, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its multi-storied adobe buildings have been continuously inhabited for over 1,000 years, making it one of the oldest communities in the United States. The main structures appear much as they did when the first Spanish explorers arrived. Acoma Pueblo, also known as Sky City, is perched atop a sheer-walled 367-foot sandstone mesa. Visiting Acoma requires taking a guided tour, where tribal members share the history and stories of their incredible home, providing insight into their resilience and deep connection to this dramatic landscape. When visiting any pueblo, it is crucial to remember that you are a guest. Each pueblo has its own rules and etiquette. Photography, video, and sketching may be restricted or require a permit, especially during ceremonial dances. Some areas of the village may be off limits to visitors, as they are private homes or sacred sites. It is always best to check the pueblo's visitor center or website before you go to understand the specific rules. By following these guidelines, you show respect for the culture and people, ensuring that these communities can continue to welcome visitors while preserving their sacred way of life. Many pueblos have cultural centers and museums that offer a wonderful introduction to their history and art. The Indian Pueblo Cultural Center in Albuquerque, owned and operated by all 19 pueblos, is an excellent starting point. It features a world-class museum, galleries of rotating exhibits, and traditional dances performed by different pueblo groups every weekend. Visiting these centers and purchasing authentic handmade art directly from the artists is a wonderful way to support the community. This direct engagement provides a deeper appreciation for the skill, tradition, and meaning behind each beautiful piece of pottery, jewelry, or weaving. You cannot say you have truly experienced New Mexico until you have tasted it. The state's cuisine is unique, flavorful, and distinct from Mexican or Tex-Mex. It's a fusion of Native American, Spanish, and Anglo influences built on corn, beans, and chile. The heart of New Mexican cuisine is the chile pepper. At every restaurant, you'll be asked, red or green? Sharing New Mexican food connects you with family, friends, and the land's deep history. To eat here is to partake in a living tradition, hundreds of years in the making. New Mexico's vibrant cultural tapestry is on full display throughout the year in its many festivals and events. These celebrations are a fantastic way for visitors to experience the state's unique spirit firsthand. From sacred Native American ceremonial dances to lively Spanish markets and quirky modern festivals, there is always something happening. These events are not just for tourists. They are vital expressions of community identity and tradition. They bring people together to celebrate their heritage, their art, and the turning of the seasons, offering a colorful and joyous window into the soul of the state. One of the most visually stunning events in the world takes place in Albuquerque every October. This is the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. For 9 days, the early morning sky fills with hundreds of colorful hot air balloons. It is the largest event of its kind on the planet. The mass ascensions at sunrise when all the balloons launch in waves, are a breathtaking sight. The evening balloon glows, where balloons are tethered and lit up from within like giant lanterns, create a magical atmosphere. It's a spectacular celebration of light and color that draws visitors from all corners of the globe. Throughout the year, the various pueblo communities hold feast days and ceremonial dances that are often open to the public. These are deeply sacred religious observances, not performances, that have been practiced for centuries. They are prayers for rain, a good harvest, and balance in the world. The dances are accompanied by the powerful sound of drumming and chanting, and the dancers wear intricate regalia. Witnessing a pueblo dance is a powerful and moving experience that offers a glimpse into the profound spirituality that underpins pueblo life. It is a privilege to be able to observe these ancient traditions. In Santa Fe, two major summer events celebrate the city's Hispanic and Native American art traditions. The traditional Spanish Market, held in July, showcases the work of hundreds of Hispanic artists who continue artistic traditions brought from Spain centuries ago, such as Santero wood carving and tin work. In August, the Santa Fe Indian Market takes over the plaza. It is the largest and most prestigious juried Native American art show in the world, featuring top artists from tribes across North America. Both markets are incredible opportunities to see world-class art, meet the artists, and purchase authentic, handcrafted treasures directly from the source. Beyond its cities and cultures, New Mexico is a land of breathtaking natural beauty and incredible geological diversity. Its landscapes are a powerful attraction in their own right, offering endless opportunities for outdoor adventure and quiet contemplation. The state boasts some of the most unique and awe-inspiring scenery in the country. From shimmering white deserts to deep river gorges and high mountain peaks, the land itself is a source of wonder and enchantment. Exploring these natural wonders is an essential part of any journey to understand the spirit of the state. In southern New Mexico, you will find a landscape that seems to belong on another planet. This is White Sands National Park. Here, vast dunes of pure white gypsum sand stretch for over 275 square miles, creating the world's largest gypsum dune field. The glistening, wave-like dunes are constantly shifting with the wind, creating a pristine and surreal environment. You can hike across the soft sand, sled down the dune faces, and witness spectacular sunsets that paint the white landscape in hues of pink and orange. It is a place of quiet, stark beauty that feels both immense and intimate at the same time. In the north, the landscape soars to dramatic heights. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains, the southern tip of the Rockies, offer a completely different environment of alpine forests, clear streams, and rugged peaks. The Enchanted Circle Scenic Byway is an 83-mile loop that takes you through some of the most beautiful scenery in this region, connecting the towns of Taos, Red River, and Angel Fire. In the winter, this area is a popular destination for skiing and snowboarding. In the summer, it's a haven for hikers, fishermen, and anyone looking to escape the heat and immerse themselves in the cool mountain air. Another of New Mexico's geological marvels is Carlsbad Caverns National Park in the southeastern corner of the state. Deep beneath the Chihuahuan Desert lies an incredible underground world of more than 119 known caves. The main cavern, known as the Big Room, is one of the largest underground chambers in North America, a massive space filled with spectacular stalactites, stalagmites, and other stunning formations. Every evening from spring to fall, visitors can witness another natural spectacle, the mass exodus of hundreds of thousands of Brazilian free-tailed bats as they fly out of the cave entrance to hunt for insects, a swirling vortex of life against the twilight sky. Our journey through New Mexico has revealed a land of profound depth and captivating beauty. We have walked through ancient canyons, stood in historic plazas, and witnessed the dawn of the atomic age. We have seen how the threads of Native American, Hispanic, and Anglo cultures are woven together into a single extraordinary tapestry. This is a place where the past is not just remembered. It is a living presence that breathes in the air, seasons the food, and shapes the vibrant soul of its people. The story of New Mexico is a story of resilience, creativity, and an unbreakable connection to the earth itself, a narrative written across its stunning landscapes. From the snow-capped peaks of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains to the shimmering dunes of white sands, the scenery inspires awe. The artistic spirit of Santa Fe and Taos continues to draw seekers of beauty just as it did a century ago. The flavors of red and green chile tell a story of cultural fusion on a plate. This is a state of incredible contrast where ancient traditions coexist with cutting-edge science. New Mexico is more than just a destination. It is an experience that engages all the senses and speaks to the spirit. It challenges perceptions and rewards the curious traveler with discoveries at every turn. We hope this journey has inspired you to explore this remarkable corner of the American Southwest for yourself. Come and see the brilliant blue sky that stretches to an endless horizon. Listen to the whispers of history in the wind that blows through Chaco Canyon. Taste the authentic flavors that have been perfected over generations. Meet the people whose hospitality and pride in their heritage make this land so special. New Mexico offers an adventure that is both external and internal, a chance to explore not only a unique place, but also a deeper understanding of history, culture, and connection. The land of enchantment awaits. Its story is vast and continues to unfold every single day. Now it is your turn to become a part of it. Whether you are a history buff, an art lover, an outdoor enthusiast, or simply a curious soul, there is a piece of New Mexico that will capture your heart. The adventure we have shared is just the beginning. The real discovery happens when you set foot on its soil and let its magic wash over you. So go forth, explore, and create your own New Mexico story. The journey is yours to take. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.